Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of HOPStart. Today's episode is really interesting because we interview 12th grader Arushi, who has actually created a really interesting technological device. In case I'm sounding vague, is because she can best explain it to you. So let's just go there.
Hey Google, talk to Aru robot.
Okay. Welcome Arushi. You successfully connected with Aru robot. Now you are allowed to use any authorized skill. Total fees for Arushi is 100,000. Due date for paying fees is the 31st of July 2019.
Hi everyone, my name is Arushi Nema and I'm the CEO and co-founder of The Smart Interface.
Hi Arushi, welcome to HOPStart.
Hello.
So I want to first ask you, what is the smart interface?
Alright, so basically right now I'm working on this product which basically is an AI based virtual robot, and what it does is it solves customer queries. So like how you call a customer care service and you ask questions, similarly you can ask this robot your queries and it will answer your queries. So the thing is, you can ask anything related to your personal profile or any general query related to the organization who takes our robot. So yeah, so we sell AI based solutions.
Okay, that's really interesting. And just for our viewers, I'd like to tell everyone that Arushi is in the 12th grade. So where did you get this idea from? I mean, and how did you have the time to execute it? Like, two-part question.
Yeah, so basically as a kid I was obsessed with the idea of Iron Man's Jarvis.
Okay.
And I wanted to build something around that. I was literally like into AI and machine learning, and I told this to my dad, and he was an entrepreneur himself. So he sort of encouraged me, like, okay, yeah, let's take this ahead, let's try to make something out of this. So I was like, okay. And then we came up with a few other ideas before, and I spoke to a lot of my other mentors also, and they helped me give shape to Aru. And also, yeah, so my love for AI and machine learning, that's what really led me to do this whole project.
Okay, and how did you, when did you start this? How long ago to create Aru?
So I started the development in March 2019, but then before that I had like a lot of research and R&D and everything, and learning all about AI and machine learning, coding, all of that.
Yeah. And when you say Aru, is it like, is that what you're calling your platform? Like, is it the Siri, the Cortana? Is it?
Yeah. So it's basically like from my name, like my name is Arushi, so like Aru.
Yeah.
So we're taking it from that.
Okay.
And it's like how you say hey Alexa, you can be like hey Aru. So it's like that.
Okay, I mean, we're going to come to a bit of a demonstration in a bit, because I'd love to see how that works. But I still want to know a little bit more about you. So, I mean, you're in the 12th grade, you go to DPS Arcade program right here in Delhi. Are you a science student? I'm assuming you are,
yeah,
right?
And
so I'd also then want to ask you then, like, has there been any, involvement from your school on your end, to help you out in terms of at least helping your entrepreneurial spirit and stuff like that? Because how do you manage to do school stuff? 12th grade is, as usual, very hard, as well as the fact that you now are basically running a different company also.
So right now I'm currently like the vice president at the entrepreneurship club. So like I usually get like a lot of, I get to learn a lot of new things from there. Also my teachers, they really encourage me a lot. They also try to help me out with this.
Okay.
And when it comes to managing studies with all of this, so basically I just stick to like a schedule. Like I kind of plan out what I'm going to do the next day. I don't stick to it that much, but like I have like this vague idea of what I'm going to do the next day.
Fair.
So yeah.
And is your plan post the 12th to continue with this while you go to college, or maybe not go to college and do this full time?
The thing is, I plan to pursue education in the US.
Okay.
So and US is a really good place for startups and technology and everything. So I will take this side by side with my education. So this is like a way to go abroad and explore new things and everything. So yeah, I will take this ahead.
Fair enough. And in terms of you said you're heavily interested in robotics, and your inspiration comes from Iron Man's Jarvis. So when you were creating this platform, was it always something that you meant for it to be as a physical embodiment of a robot, or was it supposed to just be an algorithm that could be used anywhere?
No. I really wanted to have like a physical form. Right now we're just working on the software. But I really wanted to have like a physical form and like an actual device.
And how far ahead, how much of the software are you done with in terms of, do you think, like, is it in beta, or can you genuinely start using it like full-time in companies?
Yeah, it's like we've made like the base thing, like the flow of the like query from like your interface to our platform to the application. Like the basic
Yeah.
is all set.
Okay.
So I mean, we just plug in the application. So like it's ready. It's ready for any organization.
Okay,
to
and
start.
has any organization been interested? Have you been approached by anyone, or have you approached some people?
Yeah, so we have 2 customers currently. So they're basically real estate users. So it's like they have energy management systems and water management systems and all of that.
Can you go into a bit more detail of like, what exactly these real estate companies or clients of yours, how they use your platform?
Yeah, so basically like what they do is they fit their systems in the meters, like the house meters which give us the electricity reading, they fit their meters in that.
Yeah.
And the thing is they needed a user interface to like maybe an app or something like that. So we went to them and we're like, we will give you all of that with AI and commonly used AI.
Okay.
So we went to them with that. So it's like if I want to know, okay, how much electricity I've consumed, or what is my meter reading right now, or am I consuming the generator electricity or the normal one? So like you can just ask that through any interface.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
okay. That's actually really interesting because of the fact that, I mean, this is a general use application and it is similar to, I guess, like any Google Assistant and stuff. And you said it can be plugged into, well, any company's database to do anything. But then I want to ask you, so you took the inspiration from Jarvis as a personal butler assistant to, a personal butler assistant to the world. I know you're only I'm assuming 17, 18.
17.
Okay, you're 17. So where do you see this? Okay, do you truly see this as the future, something that you could turn into a company full time with this as your major product? Or do you see this as one of your many products as a budding entrepreneur?
well, I'd go for the latter.
Okay.
So one of them, I mean, I want to keep innovating, of course.
Yeah.
So this could be like a personal assistant for people, because here you can access multiple applications through one interface, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's AI, which is the hottest field right now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And is there a reason why, I mean, do you think that India is not quite the market to completely use this in? Because you did say you want to go to the US, and I completely understand that because for education and stuff, it'll just tie in amazingly. But what's your experience been like in India with, trying to market this product out there with people?
It's been really good so far. Like I've been to a lot of entrepreneurship events and all of that. And when I presented my idea, I got like really good feedback. And when it comes to selling the product in India, I think that in India, there really hasn't been much. I mean, there is of course a lot of progress going on when it comes to AI, but the exposure that I'd get in the US is obviously way more, and the value would be way more over there, right? So that's why I choose the US.
Okay, that's completely fair. And I would just like to ask you any anecdote you'd like to share with us in terms of, when you're coming up with the product, some really major task that you didn't know how you'd get through, and you just managed to click. Is it all your father's help also, or is it something that you did on your own? Like any major task you got over, that you like to
So
talk about?
one was like, the thing is, since it's like a lot of applications on one platform, so I was like, how would you take all that smoothly without getting the data to the wrong place? So the thing was, designing the architecture was really hard, because you needed to go smooth and fast also, right?
Yeah.
And like you have like millions of queries coming at once, so that was like really hard for me. So I went to my father and he was like, okay, come, let's like look at this. And then we sat down, and then we had like we used to go to coffee day, because like my brother keeps annoying me at home, so we used to go to coffee day, and then we used to sit and discuss everything over there. So, and like we used to call the rest of my team also there. So then we went over there and we discussed the architecture. Okay, so this is where this would go, and then it'd be forward from there to there, and that's how.
Fair enough. You mentioned your team. How big is your team, and who do they consist of?
Right now we have like around 5 members. So we have
Okay.
like a few freelancers coming in. My father is there, and my mentors also. And then we have my business development manager also.
And these freelancers are mainly just people who code, or like, or
Yeah,
what?
just for the development side.
Just the
Yeah.
development side. So yeah, that's actually really interesting. I'd love to see your product at play. We
Sure.
will see Aru in play right after a short break.
2, 1.
Welcome back after the break to HOPStart. We are sitting with Arushi Nima, who has made her very own Jarvis, I'm going to call it, because it's called Aru. And now she's going to show us how it works. You want to
Sure.
give us a bit of a demonstration?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what we've done is we've interfaced our platform with one of the AI-based interfaces which is commonly used, that is Google Assistant. So yeah, let's get into the demo right now. So hey Google, talk to Aru robot.
Sure, getting the test version of Aru Robot.
Welcome, I'm your personal assistant. I can help you to talk to your various applications. Please authenticate before connecting any application.
Authorize me.
What is your contact number?
1111
What is your password or OTP?
X.
Welcome Arushi. You successfully connected with Aru Robot. Now you are allowed to use any authorized skill.
Connect DPS RKP. So that's basically my school.
Successful connected. I am ready to answer queries for DPS RKP.
What are my fee details?
Total fees for Arushi is 100,000. Due date for paying fees is the 31st of July 2019.
Okay, who is my class teacher?
Your class teacher is Alinda Roller. Your class teacher mobile no is +917259830855.
Who is my chemistry teacher?
Your chemistry teacher is Alinda Roller and mobile no is
Okay, all of this-
+917259830855.
All of this is dummy data. So
Yeah,
it's
cool.
just-
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so connect prepaid test.
Successful connected. I am ready to answer queries for PTEST.
Alright, what is my meter reading?
Ebb reading in your meter E202 is 205.
What is my power consumption?
Your total consumption for meter E202 is 2,919 rupees.
Alright, exit.
Alright, that's actually really interesting because I mean you've basically now created a voice bot for applications that exist for any kind of
It
information.
basically works on live data. So
Yeah, it works on live data and everything used was dummy data, right?
yeah,
like you
all
said.
that was dummy data.
Yeah, so nobody's actually going to get to know about all your stuff.
No way.
Yeah, but no, okay, that's really interesting. So, like, I mean, I asked you this, I think, in the first segment, but I understand it way more now. So, you know, what do you think is the primary use for a device like this? To keep track of, like, say, a daily log of, like you asked, electricity consumption data and so on. So, or actually, could it just be, like, honestly, just a better version of Google Home and Assistant since you don't have to only be attached to the Google app for it?
Exactly. The thing
Yeah.
is that you can access it through any interface. Like if I have Alexa, I could be like, okay, here Alexa, what is my whatever I want to know. I can just ask the query.
Yeah.
Also, organizations can just put their general information. Like for schools, if I want to know, okay, what's the admission procedure, I could ask that. Alright, I could just ask anything.
Yeah, so
anything.
so is the thing that differs you from Alexa and Google Home Assistant and any of these others, the fact that I mean that they exist in a primary app just for that they attempt to connect you to other things. So yes, you can tell Alexa to play a song, and therefore the function happens. But Alexa won't necessarily be able to go into the detail of your apps the way
Yeah,
that
like your personal
yours can.
information.
Yeah, your personal
basically.
information. Yeah.
Also, the thing is, if you view it from the organization's view, they wouldn't have to develop a user interface. They already have this ready. And the thing
Yeah.
is, you integrate to our system, it'll be available on all the interfaces, like Alexa, Google Assistant, your website or app would be available on everything.
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
is basically.
So that's interesting because you've basically used the base of Google Assistant and you've basically made it better. I totally believe you made it better because
No, actually, the thing what we're doing is that we just take the information from this and we process the whole thing on our platform. So
Yeah,
we're just
yeah.
using this as a means to get the information.
exactly,
to our
yeah,
platform.
I completely agree with you. That's sometimes maybe base not the correct word for it, but that's what. So in terms of making it better just for people's personal use and personal data, because I guess this is a very consumer-esque product in terms of that. Me as a user do see utility in this. So I mean I know this is way into the future, but how do you plan to sell this? I mean or sell it to companies or even home usage. How do you plan to do this?
Okay, so what we're basically doing right now is we approach system integrators. So basically, like for the real estate, it's like the system integrators, they take in like electricity systems, water systems, and yellow page and all of that, and they combine all of this and sell it to a builder.
Yeah.
So the thing is, we club in our solution also with them. So they just work on their core systems, and then the user interface we provide them.
Yeah, and just
So
manage
that's
to
how. And for schools also, like we approach the ERP providers, and
Okay.
then we ask them to embed this in their app or their website, or if they don't have that, we can provide them with that also. So yeah, that's how we're.
So I'm going to ask you a bit of an ethically complicated question, because I mean lately we do have a lot of talk about the amount of metadata that we store and the data that is very, very important to people now getting like stolen or used for nefarious purposes. So your app will house a lot of, not your app, but your whatever. I guess your system can read a lot of personal data and definitely keep track of it. Do you think that there is any ethical qualms over there about it being stored and it might be used like
No, the thing
elsewhere?
is we don't keep the data on our platform.
Yeah.
The thing is we keep our agent over there, which just
Yeah.
reads it and
Yeah.
then forwards it to us. Like we don't keep it on our platform
Okay,
basically. It's
okay.
in the database of your application which
Yeah.
you've created.
Yeah,
We
so
don't-
you at no point actually keep any of the
Yeah,
metadata.
we don't keep it.
That's interesting, and I think that really is commendable, because I think that a platform like this could be used for nefarious purposes. So are you planning to tee off this technology in an interesting, fun way by any chance?
Yeah, the thing is my dad's an astrologer.
Okay.
So the thing is we are kind of working on the development of getting all of that onto my platform.
Okay.
So the thing is you can ask anything about like your future, maybe like okay, when am I going to get my job, or when am I going to get married, what's going to be my first kid, a guy or a boy or a girl, or any such predictions or such. So we're getting that on our platform to make it
Okay.
popular, and
Yeah,
it's
to
fun.
make it like
It's
fun. Like,
you
yeah.
want to know it.
Yeah,
even.
yeah. So, and how do you plan to do that exactly? Like, are you planning to create an application of your own, or just again plug it in with an existing application?
No, my dad's already built the application. He's
Okay.
putting in all this thing, and like
Okay.
it's like any other application. You just plug it into the our
Yeah,
platform
yeah.
and ready to use.
Yeah, okay, that's really interesting. So again, is this more for people like me as an individual, or do you see this more as companies using it as information databases? It's easier to access things.
I'd be more on the organization side, because it
Yeah.
becomes really easy for them, because they wouldn't have to work on like app. You have to make the app, make
Yeah,
the
like you were
website,
saying,
and then
yeah,
try
yeah.
to get it to so many. And for me also it becomes really easy, because I sell it to one organization and then I just have all their customers in as mine as well.
Fair enough. So I mean, this has actually been really interesting. So is there any advice you'd like to give people who are, your age? Because usually when we do this show, it's almost like, hey, would you like to give some advice to young people? But I guess like you are the person. So would you like to give any advice to people out there who are also entrepreneurs and managing school? And just like, how do you do it? What's your secret sauce? I guess. Like, yeah.
Well, for one, the thing is, I really don't consider anything as a barrier. Like, I just be like, okay, the fact that maybe I'm like 17, or like I'm too young, or I'm a girl, or anything like that really doesn't stop me from doing
That's
anything.
amazing, yeah.
And like also, like you should be supportive when someone tries to express what they're trying to do. Like for me, like my parents were really supportive, my friends were supportive, and whoever I told, they were really supportive with. So like it felt good, and that's what really pushed me to go ahead and do this.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Arshi. This
Yeah.
has actually been really fascinating.
Thank you so much
Thank
as
you.
well.
Thank you.
2, 1.